that mansion was her home. And at the time I thought, what an ugly home. But anyway, inside they showed it very dramatically beautiful. I wanted to follow on the footsteps of the billionaires, so I offered to donate my blender to them right here in this home with the wooden gate. And all they did is they were camera 8-9 hours a day, talking about nothing, dropping the F-bomb. That's how they made it. And right here, when the show ended, they sold the home to Christina Aguilera. So that's Casa Christina Aguilera, home of her name, but not too many people have seen her movies. If you haven't seen a Shirley Temple movie, I highly encourage you to rent or download one and see it, and you will see why she was called the sweetheart of America, and she was loved by everybody around the world. Shirley Temple's adult home, right here on the left-hand side with the immaculate landscaping, and an elegant brick home right here on the left-hand side with the 2 gates and the lights on it. They don't build brick homes anymore in Southern California because they don't do very well in earthquakes, but that's Shirley Temple's elegant home. We have a traffic light right there. She managed to crash her car right into the bushes right there, and she claimed she wasn't drunk. She also had accidents in Malibu where she walked off the scene of the accident claiming she wasn't the driver, and she also had incidents. Right there on the corner, we have Courtney Cox's home, the friend of Jennifer Aniston from the show Friends, right here on the left-hand side. Not too far off Jennifer Aniston. If you're in a TV show long-running, even longer-running reruns, you make a ton of money as an actor because every time they rerun the show. Moved into TV and movies, Jack Benny used to play violin and portray himself as a cheap person. LAPD, not Beverly Hills, this is LA. Again, as giant as the home is, we can't see much of it. At the end of the property, we will see the tennis courts through the shrubs right here. And then I'll stop in front of the gate. You will see the top of the home and the gazebo. When Elvis died, they sold this home to Telly Savalas, Detective Kojak from TV show Kojak. So right there is Elvis' home. If Elvis, the music legend, lived there, who do you think should be the neighbor? The best tour of anybody in Hollywood Boulevard. I have a great reputation for having the best tour, so enjoy the tour. And straight ahead of us, we have Magic Castle Hotel and Club. Magic Castle is called a club because it's by invitation only. The best of the best magicians around the world are invited to perform there. You don't get to perform there just because you make a bird disappear. You have to be almost at a Houdini level. There was no television and no billboards in LA, so he came up with a clever idea of his own. He built a huge sign that said Hollywood Land, put light bulbs on it. Now you could see the sign 15 miles south of LA from Orange County. That, but she has a rich family. And if you like the view of Queen Latifah of the city, you would love the view out of this house, that home from US 101 from Mulholland Highway, and all the streets around here. She has absolutely no privacy, and she has to, a paparazzi could sit in Drew Barrymore's home at the edge of the cliff. This is Hollywood Hills. We have Beverly Hills, Holsby Hills. We have Brentwood, Bel Air, Pacific Palisades, Malibu. All these places, lots of celebrities live in them, but they're only 3 to 4% of the population. So not every big, beautiful home in these areas you see belongs to a celebrity. We won't identify them as such, but we also have occasionally a home of a celebrity we will identify, but all you will see is nothing but trees and shrubs, because celebrities love their privacy and they'll hide behind it if they can. A perfect example, when I come to a stop sign in front of us and I stop, on the left corner you will see Charlize Theron's home. Charlize, unless she comes out and waves at us, there's nothing of her home to be seen because she's completely hidden behind the trees and shrubs. That's why I always look very, very carefully. No Charlize anywhere, so that's all we see, trees and shrubs. In contrast, her neighbor, the TV actor Larry Fishburne. He lives right here in this peach house. Larry Fishburne lives in a fishbowl. You can see all 3 sides of his home right here from the street. So no privacy there whatsoever. It all depends on how. The 2 most popular subjects were Western movies, either pure Western or cowboy Indians, or we had horror movies, Dracula, Frankenstein, King Kong. In fact, there's been more movies made about Dracula as a horror character than any other character. One studio made 3 movies of Bela Lugosi's home with the gargoyle statues, as well as the second level where he kept the coffin. And I think deep down, he just had the delusion of being a Dracula, or possibly the obsession of becoming multi-talented. It's not good enough to sing like Frank Sinatra anymore. Not only you have to be a great singer, but you also have to be a great performer and dancer, like Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have people who make it famous for the sake of fame. It has nothing to do with talents. Perfect example, Kardashians, Paris Hilton, and then we had Lionel Ritchie, the singer's daughter, Nicole Ritchie. All she did was hang around with Paris Hilton all the time. They were together everywhere. They finally handed him a reality show called The Simple Life for 2 seasons, and she was right there with Paris acting in it. She made some money, moved out of her parents' home, and bought a small home right here in Hollywood Hills. Right there, the white SUV parked in the driveway, 2051 Outpost Drive, is Nicole Ritchie's home. She didn't do anything before the reality show and hasn't done anything ever since either. So much for talent in Hollywood. It starts out with 4 silver statues of women of Hollywood from 4 races representing all the women of Hollywood. Dorothy Dandridge Black, Mae West White, Quan Lee Asian, Dolores Del Rio Latino. On top of the gazebo, we have bronze statue of Marilyn Monroe. She was on a subway went to eat in return for some work he did for them. And eventually, he had enough stand-up comedy jobs where he earned enough money to afford his own apartment. So right here is El Pollo Loco, and right there is the fire hydrant. And right next to it, you can see the giant office of Brad Pitt. On the right-hand side, you will see a Chateau Marmont Hotel. Chateau Marmont Hotel is an elegant suite hotel, and they go right through the doorway. You can see, you can ride that mechanical bull for free, and also get 20% discount on your menu. All you have to do is tell them you took this tour and you came back. Just make sure nobody shoots you through the window. It's a very dangerous saloon. Across the street we have House of Blues. House of Blues started by Dan Aykroyd, Steve Martin. They started the place for their own fun when they were getting off the Saturday Night Live TV show. They wanted a place to have fun for themselves. They love blues and jazz music. The current occupant is Wolfgang Puck, the chef and the owner of the chain of restaurants. Madonna's first home before she became famous, rich. She was famous already. And then on the right-hand side, you see the Beverly Hills view of Sierra Condominium Complex. That's in West Hollywood, not in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills only allows 2 levels. So Celine Dion, Cher, Justin Bieber, as well as Elton John. For $100,000 a month. And this is where they made the 9/11 phone call. Michael Jackson's own home is in Santa Barbara, including the Never Never Land, which is very expensive to maintain. This is the side entrance and the garage. As I make a left turn, you will see the front gate of the She wouldn't have enough money, $10,000, $12,000 for dresses, to spend money on dresses. On the way back, she had 2 shopping bags full. She showed it off to those salespeople, letting them know how much in commission they lost. So right here, Beverly Wilshire Hotel on the right-hand side. Prefer blondes. In that movie, she had a song called Diamonds Are the Gold. If you're going to be here longer, if you're going to be here shorter, a short time, please come back and enjoy our...
Hey, God.